Come on. Baba better. The PLK.
We heavy on the hydro and heavy on the hip. Speed of mind like Angeletti in my shit. 08 Gallardo, man, I hollow niggas up. Bottle after bottle, models follow with a truck. What? The hood, Mr. Champion. Cause everybody dancing and these bipolar niggas keep talking until you answer them. Somebody's amping them. I fuck around and trample them. Swash them by accident. I never shake your hand again. You shopping off the mannequin. Dropping 20 grand again. Copping while they scrambling. I make it back gambling. Your girl look like a gremlin. And mine look like a diamond. A stiletto or a timlin. Should pop up on your mind. Mind your own fucking business. Don't be nosy and get hurt. Buried holy in the dirt from a word over the church. I'm nothing like these other niggas. All my clothes fit. And I don't walk around wearing bags like a chick. Niggas talking birds and ain't never seen a brick. You either down or you not. Ain't no in between the shit. If you want to be respectful, I may let you clean the whip and get nosebleed tickets to the show. Fucking prick. My cake bigger. I'm a 718 nigga. You a snake nigga. 1 foot over the gate nigga. Just wait nigga. Cowards don't last long. Get blast on. Bare face or with a mask on. Your ass gone. Don't come through here without your pass on. Ain't throwing 2 G's up, so you ain't got the ass on. All these niggas want nice things, Bentley arranged out. And I ain't seen who bait with his boys since he came out. I bet he traded that in for some wheels, cause the shapes change every couple years and they ill. It might not be necessary, that's just how I feel. Nigga, you don't like me, die slow, pop a pill. You ain't got a career, just cause you got a deal. Half of the niggas told they come out, never will. On the real, these cupcake niggas know the deal. My goons give out the wounds you don't wanna feel. Heavy on the dollars and heavy on the clips. Riding through Manhattan, all black and on pith. All black Ferrari and I'm probably with your bitch. Nothing on my mind more than how to get rich. We heavy on the hydro and heavy on the hip. Speed of mind like Angeletti in my shit. 08 Gallardo, man, I hollow niggas up. Bottle after bottle, models follow with a truck. What?
Oh, champ. Run up these likes, run up these likes, run up these likes. We back again with another one, gang. Listen, man. Akademiks got pressed not once, but 2 times this year. Apparently, he was in Brooklyn at the NBA YoungBoy concert, and Jim Jones pressed his line. Would you look at that, champ? Another person is pressing Ak. Who's surprised, though? I want y'all to hit the like and share the video. We gonna jump in. We ain't gonna waste no time. Let's get into it. Oh, champ, look.
Yeah, you know, I'm moving around, like, you know, doing my thing in there. I keep telling people I like the fact that YB don't got no friends. I don't really be bumping into nobody at his shows, honestly. I did see Mano in Brooklyn, but, you know, it was cool. But I didn't even know I was standing next to Lala the whole time. Like Lala look a little bit different in person, at least from what I remember her looking at. I haven't seen her online recently. I ain't even go Google it. But yeah, there ain't really much rappers in there. Like Richard Kid was there. Oh, I did bump into Jay Critch too. Like Jay Critch, me and Jay Critch took a picture. But remember, we squashed our shit on stream. But so yesterday, yeah, I'm there. I'm just moving around, blah blah. You know, every time, like, I ain't gonna lie, Birdman rock with me, you know, and I rock with him. He's a cool dude. So usually when he pull up in his bus, I go tap in with him. We chop it up a little bit, whatever. And because I let Vlad meet him, right? So I'm like, I introduce him, whatever. That's on stream. But then I go to the show because I could hear YB's show is starting. The reason why I go, because I've seen the show a bunch of times now. So really, I be just there to kick it with niggas, feel me? But the real, I'm with Vlad, so I'm like, yo, let me bring him that he could see the show. The real reason that I wanted to bring Vlad there, and again, I want to thank the NBA team. When I did tell him, I was like, yo, Vlad's coming. Is he valid? Is he cool? And they're like, yo, he's good. Like, he's your guest. We gonna take care of him. Like, they showed him so much respect that Vlad thought I was the boss. Vlad's like, damn, yo, these niggas rolling out the red carpet. Like, everybody came and met him, you know, from all of the managers for YB, all of the younger artists, and shit, even Lil Tim came over showing respect and everything, you know. So, yeah, I want Vlad to get the experience because I feel like I know YB don't fuck with mad media niggas, but sometimes when I'm talking about how big of an artist he is, people don't get it. Because a lot of these media dudes, they're not going to a Young Boy show. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not the youngest media dude, but I'm probably the youngest media dude that's in the fucking realm of these are the concerts I like going to. You get what I'm saying? Or these are the artists I'm checking for. So when I'm usually speaking to a Vlad and I'm telling him about the impact of like Young Boy, like he doesn't get it. He wouldn't get it because he's never been there. Like he hasn't really seen it. And he's comparing it to other artists.
Okay. Salute to Living Live with 199 in Town Taxes, who says, Town Taxes, salute to Mayor Running Lights. Yeah, Running Lights, we ain't been live in a while, so yeah. Things ain't how they supposed to be, but we don't care. James Nolan's asked, why hasn't Jim ran down on True Life? Why would Jim Jones be running down on True Life? Jim Jones was fighting. Jim Jones was the only person that was trying to fight back when True Life and his goons ran up. The only person that didn't was Cameron. I don't know if you've seen the footage for that or not, but if you look at the footage, Jim Jones was actually a person that was fighting back. So I don't know why we even talking about True Life. I'm just gonna be honest with you, champ. But let's continue.
So I wanted him to come see it, and so I'm like, yo, Vlad, let's go watch the show because I want him to see like the fans there be the way they operate for YB is different from even respectfully 2C, Offset, or even everybody else on the lineup. Them niggas is drones for YB. It's just like a tidal wave in there. So we go in there. I told Stunner, that's Birdman, I say, yo, because every time he come up, we be side stage and we be drinking on this, just watching the show. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna see you when you come out because Birdman's on his own time. So we go there, we're watching the show, we're watching on the side. The security and them and like the police over there, they're like, yo, because I guess I don't know how people got in there, but right there in front of the stage, nobody's supposed to be. So they're like, yo, could y'all just go on that riser real quick to the side? We gonna kick everybody out that because we know Birdman and you and some of his management team and like his and Young Boy invited guests. We need them to be here. So I go over to the side, but I'm also waiting for Birdman to come. I see Birdman, and pause on that. I see Birdman walk in. I'm like, oh shit, Birdman. Because again, we watch the show together most of the time, you know? I'm walking down there, but I'm like, because I'm on the rise, I'm like, oh shit, I even went in front of my security. I'm like, oh shit, let me go tap in with Birdman real quick. We about to watch the show. As soon as I walk down, I see Jim Jones. Now, I'm going to keep it a being with y'all. And again, I'm only speaking from my perspective. And y'all know, like, when I be telling these stories, I don't never be hyping nothing, right? Like, I think I'm pretty fair. I was walking quickly to get to Birdman, but right behind Birdman was Jim Jones. Jim Jones had brought his mom there. I didn't even realize he brought his mom. Like, Mama Jones, he brought his mom. So I'm walking mad quickly. But I ain't going to lie to you, I think the way Jim seen it was like I'm walking up on him. I swear. Like, cause I'm walking mad quick. And so I see Birdman.
You was walking quick cause you didn't want Jimmy to punch you in your face. That's why you was walking quick. You was walking quick because Jimmy was gonna knock your block off. That's a fact. Jimmy ain't think that you was gonna run up on him, and you know that. Let's be real here. Nobody in that entire venue thought that you were gonna run up on him. Stop lying. You're capping. It's not true. You was not running up on Jimmy, and you seen Jimmy, and that's when you started walking fast. Let's keep it a stack. You know who Jim Jones is. You're not an idiot. Correct? Alright then. You know who Jimmy is. You know your people got smoke with Jimmy or have lied on Jimmy's name and Jimmy's people's names. So, for any reason, if you walking fast, ain't got nothing to do with him thinking that you're gonna walk up on him. No, champ. He's gonna knock you out because he noticed you were there and you sped up your walking a little bit just in case he did try to knock you out. That makes more sense to me before you tell the drunken version of this story. Okay? But let's continue. Oh, champ.
And then I see Jim Jones. And I'm like, oh shit, Jim, what up? Now let me tell you the history with me and Jim. I don't know if in history. I did an interview with Kanye West. Kanye West said he gave Jim Jones $2 million and he was mad that Jim Jones couldn't make him a PDF. Okay, that went viral. Jim was trying to get some buzz at the time. Jim, I don't know how it, like through an intermediary, hits me to say, yo, I want to do an interview responding to Ye. It never happened, but while setting it up, Jim says to me, yo, we should probably get on the phone, because, I just want to make sure we good, right? That happens with mad artists, chat. Like, sometimes the artists want to talk to you before getting on set with you, because they don't know if you about to just ask them some federal shit or whatever. So that's valid with me. It's all cool. So that's the last thing I know about anything with me and Jim Jones. Right? Cool. So now, so when I see Jim Jones, I'm like, oh, Jim, what up? And Jim, what up back at me is a different type of what up. He's like, nigga, what up? And I'm like, whoa. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if it's how I walked up, because I walked up like OG3, nigga. Remember, you saw OG3 walked up with me? I walked up, but I was just walking quickly to get to Birdman. Whatever.
Nigga, that's not why he told you that. You know why he told you that. Champ, you are associated with 6ix9ine and Wack 100. 6ix9ine has gotten multiple of Jim Jones' homies locked up. One of those guys just came home, Mel Murder, which is someone that 6ix9ine helped get locked up. Number 2, Wack 100 is a sworn enemy of Jim Jones, who also conspired with 6ix9ine to create a lie about Jim Jones telling a wiretap conversation with Mel Murder, which happens to be a lie. I don't know why the hell this light just turned off. I don't know why the light turned off. But it's a lie. You are a part of the propaganda machine in which harms people on a public level, which can harm their career. You were a part of making up the lie on Young Thug, talking about Young Thug is rat. Young Thug is not a rat, and it was proven that Seti Nash paid $500 for a YouTuber to take down the original video of Young Thug's interrogation. Facts. Because it came out last year and nobody said anything, and everybody knew what it was. Now the story changes up because somebody was paid to take a video down, and now you are also a part of that problem. And just so you know, Young Thug and Jim Jones mess with each other too. Jim Jones and Young Thug got a song together. That's a fact. So again, you can't act as though that Jim Jones thinks that you're gonna run up on him, because nobody in the world thinks that you, of all people, are gonna run up on him. It's because of your associations with said people who have definitely tried to disrespect Jimmy's name, Jimmy's people's name, and etc. That's a fact. That's what you did, champ. That's the reason you're being stopped, and that's the reason that he's coming at you. But let's continue.
So anyway, that happened. I'm like, damn. I'm like, first of all, I'm gonna give Jim his credit. Jim was the oldest YN in the building, but he was on YN timing. I'm gonna keep it a bean. I ain't no liar. Jim, I just Google his age. Jim 49. Jim was the oldest YN up in the building there, but he was on YN timing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you could tell. Jim, and I said to myself, I said, maybe it's because of Young Boy concert. Everybody a little bit aggressive here. Cool. So anyway, all right. So that happened. Yo, so hilarious. There's still a couple people because the cops and security ain't clear everybody out yet. Yo, Birdman security?
Look at this nigga making up a lie. How you gotta make up a lie? Look at this nigga trying to make up a lie because he know he got ran down. That's crazy. This nigga trying to make up the dumbest things ever. Oh, I think I was walking too fast and Jim thought I was gonna run up on him. Hey, nice try. Nice lie, champ. Nobody's ever heard such a story before. How could someone think you was gonna run up on them in such a setting, champ? What the hell would make you think that anyone would think that you would? You ain't ran up on nobody yet. I mean, you're scared of Saucy Santana, who threatened to destroy your buns, champ. Scared of that person. So nobody believed that you were gonna do anything to anyone. And Saucy Santana had you shook, which is crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But let's continue, gang. Yeah, let's proceed. Hold on.
They did some like presidential shit, nigga. They created a big ass crop circle in the side stage, and they just grabbed a chair and put it down, and Birdman's sitting on the chair like this, while there's mad space around him, but everybody bunched up all over the place. Birdman like this. Super gangster. Birdman comfortable as hell. Anyway, so at this point, I see Jim. He a little bit over to the stage. Well, not to the stage, but he kind of like a little bit over to the side, where the side of the stage. So I'm like, again, I'm thinking he's cool, even though the walk up was a little crazy, right? But I was starting to think, I'm like, oh shit, he probably thought I was like walking up on him. So let me just have a regular conversation with him. So I go over to say, yo, Jim, we gotta get up and we gotta go do the interview. That's what I'm like, we gotta go do the interview. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't know if it's because Young Boy was on stage, Jim Jones turned to a YN on me. I swear. Jim Jones was like, yo, hold on, let me holler at you, man, let me holler at you. And you know when the niggas just start to be a little bit more vigilant, I'm like, is he okay now? Jim is like, yo, listen, man, I gotta talk to you. I'm like, all right, what up, what's good? He's like, yo. Now, he was taking a second to kind of get out his point, but this was his point. And I was trying to like do the whole quoting thing, but he kept asking questions like, yo, do y'all think the shit y'all do online is cool? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm kind of confused, honestly.
Nigga, no, you're not. You're not confused. You are not confused. You was around when things being said about Jim Jones, other non-trade members in the city of New York who are well-known people in music. You know about these things, champ. What are you talking about? He said YN energy. Nigga, he's 49. And you're being pressed. Again, just like Dave Free pressed this nigga, Jim Jones is also pressing Akademiks as well. Yeah, see, just like you got pressed by Dave Free, you also got pressed by Jim Jones, champ. Yeah, you got pressed twice in 1 year. Congratulations, champ. I don't know what's going to be the third time. A third time's a charm, though. I ain't going to lie.
I'm legit confused. I know some people are going to be like, no, Acker playing dumb. But I'm kind of confused because I'm also trying to figure out what it could be, right? And I didn't get too much info out of him, but he mentioned 6ix9ine. He said, whatever 6ix9ine. Then he's like, yo, y'all gotta know, it ain't safe when niggas is playing with me like that. And I'm thinking about, I'm like, what the fuck do I? So I kept trying to ask him. I said,
I like how this nigga trying to play dumb. Yeah, it's not safe, champ. Yeah, you do realize that your boy 6ix9ine, the person that you are consistently doing content with, yeah, that person, yeah, he's not a likable person in the city of New York. He's also a rat. He also shouldn't be seen. His ex-girlfriend lost her life in New York City about a good month and a half ago. By the way, yeah, his ex-girlfriend lost her life and nobody knows who the suspect is, but she was gunned down in New York City. Facts. Alright? Would it be a shame if 6ix9ine were to show up and suffer the same fate? But again, you know who you associate with, you know who's running their mouths. You know 6ix9ine recently was talking crazy about Mel Murder, calling him a bum. You also know that he was in the same interview with Charleston White saying that Jim Jones is a POS because he didn't get a car to go pick up Mel Murder from jail and all this other nonsense. Right? This the same person you associated with. What did you think would come of this, champ? You're also with Wack 100, a sworn enemy to majority of people in the streets. What did you think was gonna happen? You thought that, hey, I'm just innocent because I didn't say nothing? Nah, champ, you just as guilty. You're guilty by association, champ. By the way, you platform these things. Yeah, you platform the behavior, so you're just as guilty, champ. By the way, you're responsible as well. But let's continue.
What me and 6ix9ine got to do with you, or what I got to do with if you and 6ix9ine got something. Now, granted, Chad, I keep telling you, rappers are the best that if they can't find the person they don't like, someone else inherits. So it's like Dave Free seeing me, and Dave Free saying, "Yo, well,
No. Now you talking about Dave. Now you having Dave Free flashbacks. Nigga, was you not co-signing the disrespect towards Kendrick Lamar? You was. And to be technical, you was co-signing the disrespect towards Jim Jones and others too, by the way. Yeah. You co-signed it, champ. You platformed it. You co-signed it. You talking crazy. You got too drunk. You said too much. Hey, look, man. People are starting to press you about these things. This is your second person, champ. Who's going to be the third person to press you? That's what I want to know. But let's continue.
never see Drake ever in life. So let me tell you why I'm mad at Drake. Okay, cool. I guess Jim Jones is like, he's mad at 6ix9ine? And I was thinking, I'm like, yo, is he mad at, like, how is he mad at 6ix9ine and coming at me? Y'all two were 9 Trey Bloods. I was never a 9 Trey Blood, and I don't want to be one.
Nah, champ. But you associating with said gang members. And by law, 6ix9ine is still 9 Trey. Nobody put him off the set. He did not get kicked out the whip. Alright? So, to be technical and be fair, yeah, that guy's he's still a member. Till further notice. You dig? Now, saying that you not 9 Trey or whatever, yeah, that sounds crazy. Like, bro, how you gonna say you not 9 Trey? That doesn't mean anything. This ain't about you being a member. This is about you platforming the members, co-signing the members, and when they disrespect said person, the person that you speaking to, Jim Jones, when they disrespecting him and his people, you were right there, champ. You never said, hey, easy on Jimmy. You ain't never defend Jimmy's honor at all. You never told nobody to stop disrespecting the man. You did? So again, here we are. You getting pressed a second time. What's gonna be the third time is the question.
If y'all got a problem, and here's the thing, I was thinking about their issue a little bit more. When 6ix9ine was a 9 Trey Blood, Jim knew about it before everybody got locked up. He could have prevented this by trying to do whatever he had to do then. 6ix9ine gets locked up with some of the 9 Trey dudes, tells on the 9 Trey dudes, and then afterwards, yeah, 6ix9ine is still clowning because 6ix9ine like wearing that rat sleeve. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't care. But anyway, that happened. I was trying to see, like, because usually me, I'm one of them people. I talk, like, I have that conversation. I know some of y'all, like, again, after that handshake and even like that energy, I could have just said, I'm gonna just leave him over there, nigga. I walked up. I thought we could have a conversation. He just wasn't trying to have a conversation. So he was just like, yo, man, I ain't trying to have no conversation. He's like, listen, man, just enjoy the show. And I'm like, okay.
Nigga, you was about to get stampeded. Nigga, you was about to get stampeded. Did you know that? Yo, champ, did you know that you was like seconds away from getting stepped on by multiple people? I just want to let you know, champ. You were this close. You were incredibly close to getting violated. I'm gonna let you know off top. Yeah, you was close, gang. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Yeah, you was this close to being front page news, champ. All right, you were that close. Oh, champ, it would have been crazy if he got violated in the Barclays Center. I ain't gonna lie, that would have been wild. Oh, champ. Oh, champ. Let's continue.
He's like, yo. He said something like, yo. And if anybody got a problem with me, they can let me know. I'm like, all right. Anyway, Jim was on his YN energy, man. I'm hoping.
This is not YN energy. You niggas think everything is YN. No, champ. Just because you get older doesn't mean you're supposed to be soft. What type of nonsense is that? And I be seeing that a lot. Niggas like, I'm 37. I ain't about to fight nobody. Well, champ, when I'm 37, I'm fighting. Niggas be talking about they old. No, you just out of shape. It's a difference. You not old, you just out of shape. Niggas 40 plus still wildin'. What are you talking about? Nigga, Floyd Mayweather 40 plus still taking boxing matches and will do you crazy. Niggas talking about I'm getting old. No, you getting fat. Out of shape. That doesn't mean you can't fight, champ. Now I can see if you had a serious injury, I'll give you some grace. But if you were an able-bodied person and you're not even 40, talk about what you're not gonna do, champ. At least wait till you 50 to say you're not fighting somebody, champ. At least. You did? Oh, champ. Mel Saint says he trying to get ahead of it because he know Jimmy got footage of pressing him. I hope he does. That would be dope. If there is footage of Act getting pressed, somebody send that. Please and thank you. Let's continue.
Hoping he was just in a, maybe an upset frame of mind for that time, but I don't know. Then everybody else tells me, they're like, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's exactly how Jim is. He's usually pretty angry. So, whatever. The only thing that I could really think about, obviously 6ix9ine's been saying whatever about Jim Jones, right? They're both in the gang, right? I'm a media nigga. If Jim Jones says something about 6ix9ine, I'll post it.
Shut up. Nigga. Yeah, we know you a media nigga. We know. Why you telling us for? You trying to differentiate the media stuff, but when the media stuff turns into you platforming the slander of someone, the person that's pressing you, aren't you just as guilty as the person that's there saying it? I'm just saying. If you getting views or you getting paid to have people slander him on your platform, slander the homies, a lie, make up false narratives on the people's names to try to push propaganda and change the narrative because these niggas is mad, because everybody knows that they rats, everybody knows that they soft, and everybody knows who they are. They expose themselves. So because people don't take them serious based on their viewpoints and their antics, you think that you're not responsible for that, because you are friends with these people. These is people that you call to be content on your live streams and etc. These are your peoples, right? Okay. So if someone was to see you in person and they know that you connected to them and that you platforming the nonsense, are you surprised that niggas is pushing your line on you? Because I'm not surprised. I mean, I would expect him to do such things. I mean, lucky for you, you left in one piece, champ. All right. Listen, you could have had Timberland and Air Force tramp stamps on your forehead, gang. All right. You could have left there with multiple sneaker tramp stamps on your face. All right. You would have got imprinted like you was a part of one of those Black Greek letter organizations. All right. You would have got imprinted with Timberland and Nike Air Force One sole imprints, all right, all across your face, champ. Cause you would have got centipeded, champ. Yeah, they were gonna stomp you out, champ. By the way, you were close. You came close, champ. You came real close. You didn't understand what was going on. You were just gonna wake up in a hospital bed and be front page everywhere. Facts. That's what will end up happening. I'm just saying. But let's proceed.
If 6ix9ine say something about Jim Jones, I'm posting that too. Like, that is what it is. I was thinking maybe it was this clip. Like, I was thinking it was this clip. I think we posted it. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was the clip where 6ix9ine did the podcast with Charleston White and Steiny, and he talked about Mel Matrix, right? Because like, again, he wouldn't like tell me exactly what it is, but I felt like it was over some 9 Trey Blood shit. That's what I'm saying. Jim Jones is still moving around like a YN, bro.
I don't know why you keep saying this YN stuff. This is not YN related. This is disrespect related. Why do people believe because somebody gets older that they not allowed to press people no more, or that they can't fight? If you have that mindset and mentality, you're insane, bro. If you think for a second because of somebody's age that they just gonna stop, they just gonna be a sucker because of their age, you gotta be crazy. Like, this nigga's old. Why is he pressing me? Because he's about to violate. That's why, champ. Yeah. If you didn't know, you know now, champ. By the way, you close. You came close. You did? I just don't want you to think because niggas is almost 50 that niggas is this soft all of a sudden. Like, everybody just gonna let everything slide all of a sudden just because. That's crazy, right? That don't even make good sense. But let's continue.
Let me see. I don't know. I think I did post it though. Y'all know what clip I'm talking about? Basically, like 6ix9ine is like clowning, and he's like, "Yo," it was like, Mel Matrix got let out of jail, and Jim Jones picked him up from a train station or something like that. Let me see if I'll probably find it on Twitter. I thought we posted it, but if not, that's the only thing I could think of where, because I watch all 6ix9ine interviews. That's the only thing I could think about recently with Jim Jones and 6ix9ine. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't really give a damn like that. 6ix9ine and Jim Jones. Here we go. We'll probably find a clip right here. Let's see. But I'm telling you, that nigga was heated. I didn't even know. I think this is it.
24 hours to respond. Time to show his bank account. One of the grandfathers of non-trade bloods just came home. Mel murdered. You seen that?
Yeah, Jim Jones ran up on him all that, yeah.
Where he ran up on him? Where did he run up on him? Where he was at?
Harlem, wasn't he?
Nope. At
Where?
a train station. All New Yorkers, play this video back right here. Put it right here while I'm talking. A grandfather, a high-ranking blood member came home early because they gave him
I think he mean Godfather. I ain't gonna lie.
11 years, he came home at 6. And the federal penitentiary explained that. But listen, put the video right here. Mel Murder came home.
I gotta think this is it, right?
Nigga, it's more than that. Nigga, it's past that. This is just you continue to add fuel to the fire. It's been past that, nigga. It's from years of nonsense. Let's not forget that he was a part of pushing the narrative that Jim Jones was telling on Mel Murder some nonsense, which was a lie. It's a complete lie. There was never no ratting involved with Jim Jones. That's a lie. That's part of the reason why you got pressed, because you are associated with people who are painting rat narratives on him and his people. That's why it's happening. It didn't just happen for no reason. Niggas ain't just picking on you just because. No, you're platforming it. It's from years. It's not just this. This is just you adding fuel to the fire. Yeah, 6ix9ine just adding fuel to the fire. That's it. Like, bro is just on this little press run trying to get his name back in the algorithm and all that, and this is what ends up happening. You end up getting pressed. Now, believe if 6ix9ine was in that building, it probably would have went a whole different way. I ain't gonna lie.
Because I'm thinking anything otherwise. I know somebody like in a chat that has more time to research is probably gonna be like, Accurate playing stupid. And I'm not playing stupid, my nigga. Like, I'm really trying to, like, I know 6ix9ine's been saying stuff about him. I don't give a damn about Jim Jones. I really, like, you know.
Nigga, what you mean you don't give a damn about Jim Jones? Nigga, you the one walked up to that nigga talking about you want to do a goddamn interview. Now you don't give a damn about Jim Jones. Nigga, you got pressed by Jim Jones. You walked up to Jim Jones because you was trying to get a nigga an interview. Now you don't give a damn about Jim. Okay. Okay, champ. If you say so.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm covering NBA YoungBoy. Like, there's no... The only time I cover Jim Jones was when he was clout chasing off Nas, right? But... And, when him and Cam go back and forth. Because I think that's unfortunate, but I think it's entertaining. Other than that, I'm not covering Jim Jones every day. And usually I don't have an opinion about Jim Jones. You know what I mean?
And he met him at a train station with no money, no chain.
See, this is the type of gaslighting we be talking about. How the hell you know? Nigga, how you know Mel Murder himself ain't want to take the train back himself, nigga? How do you know that? Did you know that some people get out of jail and they want to take the bus ride back on they lonely? That's what they want to do. This was probably a choice by Mel Murder himself. Maybe the nigga ain't want to get picked up. Maybe the nigga wanted to take the bus and train and all that. You don't know the situation. You are trying to create a narrative as if Jim Jones was doing somebody dirty. But you do not know the situation. You do not know if Mel Murder himself wanted to do that. Alright? And crazy enough, Jim Jones did give Mel Murder a chain and all that. You don't know what that nigga did. Niggas just be chatting because it sound good. But when you paint these narratives about a person, you will make the general public believe that this person is just a POS.
So I gotta think it's this. And I did talk to Wack about it. And Wack was like, yo, he mentioned me? I'm like, nah, he didn't mention you. But I know Wack has been saying a lot of stuff about Jim Jones. Like, yo, Jim Jones fucking cooperated or whatever. Or I think it's a wiretaps. But other than that, by the way, it's the first time I met Jim Jones, so I never met him before. Other than that, I can't remember anything.
Well, he gave him a little ass chain.
But this would kind of validate the reason, because
how this goofy nigga talking about people chains? Nigga, didn't they have to sell your chains, nigga? The feds confiscated your chains, your exotic whips, all got sold. They auctioned off your jewelry, champ. What are you talking about? Somebody's chain, champ. Where your chains at? That's right, they sold it. Feds sold your stuff, champ. All right, they sold your cars. They sold your chains. Oh, champ. Hey, look. You ain't got them same chains you used to have, champ, by the way. Alright? Whatever is a part of that rat annual contract ain't working. I'ma just say that. You dig? Gangland Game says he just looking for rat companionship. That's right, champ. He needs a rat companion. You're right. 718. Takashi should just shut the F up and fall back. It's over. He F'd that situation up. Now he got nerves to even speak on dudes he's ratting on. You feel me? How are you talking crazy about people you told on, nigga? Remember the nigga told on Jim Jones and Cardi B said, Jim Jones is blood too and so is Cardi B. This nigga tried to throw everybody under the bus. Like, oh. That nigga ratting on anybody. He said everybody's blood, champ. The mailman, the Amazon worker, everybody blood. I'm blood, he's blood, she's blood. He tried to tell everybody, he said the complete whole city of New York is blood. now free me, nigga. I'm telling on everybody. Nigga telling on everybody, nigga. That nigga said everybody's blood. He was trying to get the entire city indicted, nigga. The whole city put in handcuffs. That nigga was starting to tell on everybody. He was snitching so much the judge was like, we didn't even need to know that. But thanks, champ. Appreciate your cooperation, but you're doing too much. All right, we've heard enough. We got what we needed. We don't care about the other stuff. That nigga was trying to be a rat volunteer. Nigga was volunteering more information than he needed to volunteer for. What a goofy. Nigga was trying to give more. Nigga was trying to give more info than what was needed. Salute to 718 L Deb with $10 in town taxes. Says salute, champ. Salute you for paying your town taxes, keeping the IRS off your back. All champ. Gam says son pointing his finger everywhere, champ. North, south, east, west, northwest, northeast, west, north, all that. Yeah, nigga, he didn't care. He didn't care, champ.
These gang guys really take their gang politics shit serious, and this guy here is like the leader of like 9 Trey, right? So like he was the head guy.
Man, what the hell? Listen, there's different 9 Trey sets in New York City. There's a bunch of different 9 Treys in New. Like just saying 9 Trey is very broad. There's different names. Like the 9 Trey that you talking about is called Treyway. It's different non-trades, champ. In the city of New York, there's different non-trades. There's so many different non-trades and sex money, murders and all that. They got different sets, champ. Same name though, but different sections. Let's keep it going.
If these guys are in, well, I don't know if he's in anymore, but 6ix9ine clowning him, I could see how Jim would get upset. You feel me?
Like 2 days,
He told
2
him.
days later.
Nigga, how you trying to make fun of a nigga that you told on? How you gonna make fun of someone that you got locked up? Make it make sense. This nigga's making fun of him like this nigga told on 6ix9ine, but nobody told on you, champ. You did all the telling. You did all the telling. I'm just saying.
He met him at a train station. He made him take the Metro North for all my New Yorkers. He put him, give me a train at outside Penn Station. He met him, he didn't even pick him up at the prison. He picked him up at a train. He made him take a train with that big garbage bag. When you real and you take your time, your homies pick you up, they make you take the train with.
Shut up. Nigga, you got a police escort, nigga. Nigga, when you got out, the police came, nigga. A police cruiser came, nigga. Nigga, you got a police escort out of jail. Let's be fair here. Your niggas is supposed to pick, your rat friends Gomez and whoever came and picked you up in a police cruiser, champ. Yeah. When you got out of jail, the police cruiser was waiting for you, champ. By the way. Yeah, it's different. Yeah, you got picked up by the police when you got out of jail, okay? But again, you have choices. People don't have to come pick you up from jail. The nigga probably did not want anyone to pick him up. He wanted to take the ride by himself. That's what he wanted to do. That was his choice. You did? I'm just saying. It's these weird narratives that be trying to change the whole situation, trying to make people think, oh, yeah, Jimmy just a POS. He ain't even pull up on his mans. He made his mans go take the Metro North all the way to the city. Crazy, man. Run up these likes, man.
Your bag like this, look. Once this interview come out, Mel Murder got 24 hours to respond. Tell him to show his bank account. I don't want to see cash that niggas give him, but like, yo, post it so he can look dumb. Show your bank account. Show the money you got in your bank for being a real nigga, not telling.
How was a rat saying this? Why is he saying this? Champ, you're trying to challenge people as if you were legit. Then these bozos had the audacity to convince 6ix9ine he was outside. Do you know what it means to be outside? That 6ix9ine be outside though. Where? Where is he at? What is he doing outside? He be out. Be out where? What the hell do y'all be talking about, man? He said, how you gonna respond to a rat? Hey, listen, all I'm gonna say is this. If a nigga is saying, show me your bank account, that nigga is trying to get you on a racketeering charge. Let's talk about it. That nigga 6ix9ine trying to set up Mel Murder to go right back to prison, nigga. He said, show me the money so we can give you another racketeering charge, champ. We gonna send you right back with another RICO. Yeah, we not doing that. Don't worry about where my money coming from, champ. You trying to put me in a whole different RICO. Bro just got out. Niggas are not paying you any type of mind, champ. You dig? Any type, nigga. We got a purple, champ. We got a purple headed rat, nigga. We got the first purple rat of all time, nigga. Crazy. This nigga got a purple Edgar haircut. Like, what we doing, gang? What the hell are we doing? Hell no.
I want to see your bank account. I want to see 24 hours within this interview come out, because everybody gonna send it to you. I want to see your bank account with some cash in it. Your reward. Don't show me cash like this, like that niggas gave you. Like, I give it back after the video's done. There's no reward.
Anyway, so I gotta think it's this video, right? Because I don't think he's been talking about it recently, or it might just be overall that 6ix9ine told. Now, again, and I know I'm trying to battle the people who are gonna be in the comments like, you're playing dumb. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure it's not what I've done. It's like, nigga, that's your man, 6ix9ine, and you post this shit, and nigga, we don't fuck with that nigga. Now, the only thing, and I guess my response to Jim is, listen, there's a couple things. In that moment, I could see why Jim's career is where it is. If that's the approach you take with niggas, like that super tough, like that felt like some 90s shit, right? Like,
yeah, nigga, cause you ain't never experienced it. You ain't never seen it, nigga. You ain't never seen it. That felt like some 90s stuff. Like, nigga, you wasn't even in America in the 90s, nigga. That's why. You didn't come to America till like 2001. Facts. So your history of even hip hop in general don't go past that date, that year. That's the crazy part. You dig? Like, what are you talking about? Niggas trying to say, oh, well, if this is the type of approach you're gonna take, nigga, it is the type of approach that's gonna be taken, because guess what? You are surrounding yourself with people who are not liked people who are trying to incriminate people, have already got people locked up. You see what happened with the big drawdown RICO case in LA, the non-trade RICO case in New York. We just naming just a list of things that got people associated in that paperwork that you associate with. You are with known rats, champ. You are with cyber rats, nigga. Yeah. There is a pixel police unit, champ. A social media mall cops. A bunch of social media mall cops is who you are surrounding yourself with, who have issues with a lot of rappers, a lot of gangsters. They've created these issues, these problems that you now are a part of because you platforming it. You are a part of the issue because you platforming it, nigga. Yeah. You are surrounded by social media mall cops, gang. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, you yourself have said that you are also a policeman, gang. You said you a rat. You said you gonna tell on niggas. Okay. So we must associate you with them too. You are a part of the problem as well. By the way, let's continue.
I'm like super gangster, right? I can see why in moments like that, people have those interactions with you and they're like, I'm good off you. Because in reality, if you're not a hot musician, niggas don't got to deal with you. That's the reality, right? Then number two, like I remember watching him and Cam, and I was like, I felt like I was understanding both points, but Cam to me was just kind of like winning that discussion by a long shot. And what kind of made me, like that interaction made me realize, I'm like, I don't think Jim kind of understand the internet. There's a couple type of niggas that I feel don't understand the internet. And maybe it's because they're caught up in their own image or whatever, or maybe they just, but they're all on the internet. Like Meek. I don't think Meek understands the internet. Like, I don't think, like I always go back to that time when I'm like, they're telling me that they can't understand why niggas would be laughing at them during the Drake beef. And I'm like, bro, it's the internet. Like, they're going to, like, there's a bad day for everybody and everybody gonna get on you. That's how it is. And they couldn't be like, nah, the real niggas wouldn't, nah.
You were trying to flip this in a crazy way. So now your excuse, oh, he don't understand the internet. That's why he got it. Nigga, whatever it takes to make you feel like that situation wasn't what it was. Like, I know what it was. He just don't understand the internet. That's why he pressed me. Yeah. Keep trying to act like you don't know what's really going on. Keep doing that. Salute to Alex for becoming a member of Gotham. Big salute to you. Alright, watch out for the rats on 8th Street. Alright, watch out for the rats. But yeah, man, this he's trying to switch the narrative. He's trying to change the narrative because he understands that this is the second time he got pressed. First it was Dave Free and Kendrick Lamar manager Anthony Saleh. Right? And now it's Jim Jones at YB concert in Brooklyn. She says he's very good at gaslighting people. Yeah, that's what he does best. Wack 100 do the same thing. 6ix9ine do the same thing. Charleston White do the same thing. Poetic Flacco do the same thing. Seti Nash do the same thing. And so on and so forth. There's a whole mall cop police brigade online now. It's a whole mall cop brigade. I'm telling you.
Real niggas don't do that. I'm like, bro, it's the internet. You get what I'm saying? I think Jim is one of those people too. I don't think he understands the internet. So he's upset at Tekashi, I would imagine, because Tekashi said stuff. You're not saying nothing back. Doing in person like, yo, son, yo, I ain't with that shit. That's cool, but the only way to defeat the internet, unless you're genuinely unbothered, is to respond to some.
This goofy nigga said defeat the internet. You think these niggas worry about defeating the internet? How dumb are you? Yo, Act, stop this nonsense. You said niggas is trying to defeat the internet. Make it make sense, bro. Niggas are trying to defeat the internet. Make it make sense, bro. Why the hell do you think that these guys have any interest in defeating the internet? Niggas ain't no goddamn nerds. You can't defeat it. Niggas not battling the internet. It's about one individual or maybe two individuals who have too much to say and are trying to defame people's names with false narratives and propaganda. That's way different. You trying to say, oh, well, they just trying to defeat the internet because it ain't even about the internet. It's about the people pushing narratives on the internet that could possibly incriminate them, that can possibly destroy whatever business they got going. Because again, the wrong narrative being pushed could destroy your entire career. It's a fact. The wrong thing being said or done. Look at Little Baby situation with I forgot the nigga name. But look at Little Baby situation when he's hugged up with the J dude who owns Fanatics. Look at that situation. Nigga hugging him from the back. Everybody thinks Little Baby smoke. His sales go down. People ain't listening to him as much. He takes a hit because people don't believe his gangster no more. Because he was hugged up with Michael Rubin. That's the name I was looking for. Michael Rubin was hugging him from the back. Like he was a thought. So now, people no longer believe who Little Baby is. And Little Baby is known to be somebody who stands on business. Is a heavy hitter from Atlanta. At least that's how the world sees him, right? So that whole image is tarnished when we see a guy named Michael Rubin hugging you from the back like you an escort. It's a different vibe, you know? Just saying. Let's keep it going.
These things. That's how it goes. And I kind of realized that with the Cam thing, when Cam would know how to use humor, laughter, storytelling, you know, Cam is on a show to explain his differences with Jim Jones. Jim Jones, every time he would talk about it, would just seem mad, like upset, like, yeah, nigga, like it just seemed like, okay. So anyway, that was it. But you know, we stood like in a close vicinity of each other and watched the show, and then, you know, he took his mom to take a picture with Young Boy and everything was cool. But yeah, it was a little bit odd. I was like, all right, yo, Jim Jones came in here, and I don't know what song was playing. But I'm like, yo, Jim Jones, he might as well have had on a green flag and like a shiesty, like, yo, he's on YN timing. Yo, you.
Why the hell do y'all think everything is? This is what happens. This is what happens when you don't come from a certain environment. This goofy said this is YN time. Nigga, everything is not YN stuff. Some people just is not playing with you. You don't have to be young to crash out. You don't have to be young to put hands on people. Not an age thing. There's a nigga that's 50, 60 years old that's probably gonna wild you out 9 times out of 10. Don't think because somebody is a certain age that they not gonna do nothing. Listen, everybody got a limit, right? You push them to the limit, and things are gonna get bad, especially for someone like you. So if you thought for 1 second and you was just out of the picture, out of the loop when you're platforming the very behavior that Jim Jones is mad at, and you're not saying anything against it, you're cool with it, you are allowing the narrative to be pushed, you agreeing with the narrative, listen, you create these types of problems for yourself. Whether you realize it or not, the people that you around, the people you surrounding yourself with and doing content with actually put you in a dangerous spot. And you don't even realize that. Maybe he doesn't believe that anything gangster would have happened. Maybe he don't believe that.
He was just like one of these niggas at the show. But it's all good. Love to Jim. I figure I pray you and 6ix9ine work out whatever y'all got going on.
Nigga. There's no working out ratting. There's no workout with once you tell there's no working out anything. Yeah, telling and snitching and telling and talking to the police and getting people indicted cannot be forgiven. Sorry. In no world does that exist. That's like somebody being cool with a Geppetto and you having a common ground with a Geppetto. There's no such thing as these things, right? Like how can you ever be cool with a Geppetto? Just like you would never be cool with someone who got your friends indicted or your people indicted. That doesn't make sense. Because that would make you a snake for starters. And nobody's friends with a Geppetto. You feel me? What we talking about? Oh, champ. No ID says, who else here is really sick and tired of Drake and the rest of these drunk cosplay hitters telling these fake stories? What's the fake stories? Let's keep it going.
But for the record, I will still be posting what 6ix9ine says. Bro, none of y'all can bully me into be like, nah, oh, my bad, I ain't gonna be posting. No, y'all all got mouths. Pause. If you say something, I will post it. If he says something, I will absolutely post it. Okay? And I've been that way for forever. Listen, I'm at YB show damn near every night, and I posted what Dirk said about him back in the day. And I post what he said about Dirk, and me and Dirk is, listen, I'm not, yeah, you know? You're not gonna censor me by out-toughing me, okay? But respect it, Jim.
I hope you told Jimmy that. You're not gonna censor me by out-toughing me. Nigga, who the hell said they was trying to censor you? It ain't even about you being censored. It's once again you are part of the propaganda machine. Whatever nonsense gets said, you are a part of it. It's happening on your platform and you're allowing it to be said. You are very well aware about people lying on your platform, creating these narratives on your platform. Remember you had old boy come up on your platform pretending that he did business with Kendrick Lamar's manager and all that, and how he was botting up the streams. Remember that? That was fake. That wasn't real. So see, you create those types of narratives. That same exact situation got the feds to take away Kendrick's manager's phone, Anthony Saleh. They took away Anthony Saleh's phone. When Anthony Saleh and Dave Free saw you in Detroit, they ran up on you when you was up there in that skybox or suite, whatever. They ran up on you, champ. So again, when you create this type of content, you create very bad situations for other people without realizing you're doing it. Just one narrative that seems to stick can actually cause a RICO, by the way. Yeah. If you didn't know, yeah, once a narrative, like there's plenty of YouTubers who have gotten people indicted. Trap LaRoss done got plenty of people indicted in the streets. Plenty. He has a track record for getting people locked up due to his videos. So if you are creating content that is literally made to get people indicted, you can only expect issues. Because again, the wrong narrative gets too crazy and the feds are gonna come marching in. That's a fact. The feds are gonna come marching in, bro. That's just how it goes. You think these narratives don't get to the police? Listen, if the narrative is believable, it can cause a RICO. It can cause a RICO. That's just how it goes, bro. Just one narrative, bro. There's a lot of online police work being done, and it's out of pocket. And that's simply all that it is, for real. You dig? But yeah, Akademiks got pressed by Jim Jones in Brooklyn. He's finally saying that it happened. And I think it's well deserved. You've been barking up the wrong tree this entire time. You kind of been asking for it, as far as I can see it. I'm just gonna be real about the situation, gang. Alright? But listen, make sure you hit up on the like button. Make sure you share the video. Also, make sure you hit the hype button, man. The hype button, when you swipe left, the hype button is there. You need to hit the hype button. The hype button is very key, and it's gonna help the channel grow in a big way. So make sure that you hit the hype button. The hype button is probably on every video right now, but make sure you hit it for this specific video. Alright? And make sure you subscribe to the Mayor's second channel, which is called Big Gotham. I actually got a video about to drop and just a few on there. Subscribe to the second page. Link is in the chat and will be in the comments, as well as the Mayor's Discord, which will also be in the comment section, which has nearly 1,000 members. Make sure you join up today. But one more thing before we get all the way up out of here. You ready, gang? It's the Mayor, the one and only real New York Mayor, F. Eric Adams, and you rocking with the town favorite Showface News. It's Big Gotham. You already know it's the town versus everybody at all times. Hit that like, share the video. I'm up out of here, gang. Salute.